Hey guys, I have just finished the Zou Arc and it's pretty short. I think it's like only 30 episodes, so I managed to get through it pretty quickly. It's also a lot less chaotic than the arcs before, I have to say. There's less battling, less fights. I mean, the main enemy didn't really have a big battle with him at the end. I found the arc to be a lot more of a revealing arc. They showed a lot of what is happening in the state of the world of One Piece, and I really enjoyed that about it. It opened up some puzzles, so yeah, let's talk about it. The arc starts off with the Straw Hats that were in Dressrosa heading off to Zou to meet up with the rest of the Straw Hats that they split up from back in Dressrosa as well. They make it up the elephant with one of Kanjuro's drawings, which there is a fly in here, so if you see it buzzing around, it's heading to summer in Australia and it's getting stinking hot, but there are always flies around and they annoy the crap out of me. I'm actually willing this summer to get one of those cork hats. I've had one in the past and they work like a charm, so I'm going to get one and just become a full-on Aussie. So yeah, if you see that fly, it's really going to annoy me during this video. I hope that I can just block it out, but just ignore it. Just ignore it. Anyway, they make it up the big elephant with Kanjuro's drawing of a dragon. Pretty sure it was. His drawings are very questionable, so it could be anything at this point. But they name it Ryunosuke just to give it some encouragement, and they're on this elephant for a very long time climbing up. And I have to say that I honestly feel exactly like Robin that whole time. He is like so freaking cute. And then when they finally made it up to the top, it took every single last breath of that poor little drawing dragon, every little last breath. They made it to the top and then he had to turn back into a drawing, and they all had this really cute memorial, and it was actually really sad. I felt really sad. It felt like a little mini arc before the arc even started, just in a few short episodes. When the Straw Hats finally make it up to the elephant and they get through the gates that had been completely taken down, they find that the whole city has been fully destroyed. All of the buildings are flattened, the city is just in complete ruins, and the Mink tribe who live there are very severely injured. When they get further into the island, that's when they meet up with Carrot and Wonder, and Carrot is a rabbit mink, and Wonder I think is a dog mink. So they meet with them, and then that's when they find out that the rest of the Straw Hats are with them, and we're, I guess, more properly introduced to the Minks, who are a race of animal-like humanoids who live together on Zou. The Mink tribe is led by Dogstorm and Cat Viper, who are the rulers of day and night, and they're just in this huge feud that has kept them separated. Cat Viper is hilarious, easily my favorite out of the two lords, and I don't know if this is intentional, but he reminds me of a mix between Garfield, because he's orange and his favorite food is lasagna, and also the Cheshire Cat from Alice in Wonderland, just because of his smoking, like he's smoking all the time. Also maybe the stripes, I don't know, they're just like a mix. It's like a mix between the two, and I don't know if that's intentional from Oda, but yeah, let me know guys if you know the answer to that. The Mink tribe is actually so wholesome, the way that they greet each other with like Gachu, and the way that they just like cuddle up to each other. I guess like cute animals, I don't know how to describe them, but I think what stands out to me most about the tribe is their sense of loyalty. We learn from the Minks that the tribe was attacked by Jack the Draught, which is one of Kaido's famous pirates. Jack came to the islands looking for Raizo, who is a ninja and retainer of the Kozuki Oden. Words cannot describe how much I despise Jack. His ability to turn into a mammoth is pretty cool, but other than that, he is just everything that I hate in a character. He is not willing to negotiate or talk anything out. He just wants to settle everything and anything with violence and destruction because he's bloodthirsty. This did provide a bit of an insight though into Kaido's nature and how he leads, which I feel like that's going to flow into his whole thing of evilness. The Minks stood their ground and constantly repeated that they don't know Raizo. Raizo is not on the island, but Jack didn't believe them and just completely destroyed the whole city. We learned that Nami, Sanji, Chopper, Brook, and Momonosuke made it to Zou on the same day that they were being invaded and rescued all of the Minks. So the Straw Hats are now, of course, in the Minks' good books, and they feel indebted to the Straw Hats. Later, they reveal the big secret that Raizo is actually on the island and is safe. He was on the island the whole time during the whole altercation with Jack, and that really changed everything up until this point. Zou wasn't destroyed because the Minks were too weak and they lost. It was destroyed because they refused to betray a friend. This really highlighted for me how loyal the Minks are and how they have such a strong will together. They were, most of them were poisoned, tortured, lost limbs. Like, they were in the worst possible state. And not one Mink, not one of them revealed the secret or said that Raizo was on the island. Not one of them caved in, which is insane. It's insane loyalty and insane that they come together like that to protect someone. I liked them before when I first met them. I thought that they were adorable, but this really made me respect them more. While all this was going down, where the Straw Hats were chatting to Cat, Viper and Dogstorm, there was this underlying tension of Sanji's absence. Where did he go? He disappeared. He's not with the Straw Hats anymore. And you see when Nami went and hugged Luffy when she first saw him, and she was like, "I'm so sorry." So something obviously happened. And at that moment, I kind of felt like he had gone off somewhere. Like, I didn't think that he had died or anything like that. Later we learned that he was forced to leave with Capone Beige. Honestly, that moment where Picoms and Capone is like coming into Zou, and then Picoms finds out that the Straw Hats actually helped the Minks and rescued all of his family and all of his friends. All of a sudden he became indebted to the Straw Hats and he wanted to help them. And then because of that, Capone sees that as a betrayal and starts gunning him down. I genuinely cried. I don't know why it hit me so hard. I feel like just like Picom's character fully changed in that moment. He was like a really emotional person, and he was willing to give up his duty, give up his allegiance to Big Mum because of his own morality and the fact that the Straw Hat saved his family. So I guess I was just sad to think that he was going to die when he was just so happy that his tribe was still alive, and it did make me also really dislike Capone. I don't like him. Don't like his character. But Sanji's disappearance is where Zou sets up the Whole Cake Island arc. We're introduced to this idea that Sanji comes from a very powerful family and that they have connections to Big Mum. I am really interested to find out a lot more about the mystery behind the Vinsmoke family and Sanji's past, and why and what made Sanji agree to the wedding and agree to go to Whole Cake Island and leave behind the Straw Hats. Like, he has to have some kind of strong reason to do that. Obviously, Luffy isn't going to let Sanji leave them, so him and the crew devise this plan to go take him back and to go rescue him on Whole Cake Island. I would have thought that after all this time, Sanji would know and would realize that the Straw Hats are not going to leave any nakamas behind. They're going to the pits of the earth and hell to get their friends back. They would not leave anyone behind. Look at what happened with Robin after she was in the crew for such a short time. There's no way they're going to leave Sanji. So I thought that he would realize that, but maybe deep down he knows, and he wants the crew to come after him and to help him, because maybe he feels like it's inescapable what's going on. He can't get out of it. So maybe he knows that the Straw Hats will come after him and help him get out of his situation. Now going back to Raizo's situation, where they meet up with him later on, and this whole interaction is so funny. The guys of the crew are so excited to see a ninja in action, and they just keep firing questions at him about being a ninja, which a lot of what they were saying felt like references to Naruto. I feel like his character is just a full-on reference to Naruto, like the cloning jutsu, like the I think Luffy said, can you summon a giant frog? It's like, that's Jiraiya. So I don't know if it's true that it's like meant to be references, but it feels like it's pretty obvious, right? I don't know, let me know what you guys think, or if you know the answer to that. Did Oda draw inspiration from Naruto in Raizo? But if that is the case, it was cool seeing a crossover between the two animes. It just felt like, I don't know, a necessary little crossover with one of the other big animes, and probably, it was still going at that time, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. It would have still been going when Whole Cake was going, so it would have been like a cool little crossover. Here we are introduced to the road poneglyphs. Unlike the normal poneglyphs, these are the key to finding Laugh Tale, and there are 4 of them, so when you combine the information from all 4, they point to the final island, which is Laughtail. One of those road poneglyphs is now in Zou, what they've found and what Robin is able to decipher. This just changes everything about where the Straw Hats need to go in order to find the One Piece. There is now a semi-clear path on how they get to the end of the Grand Line. Here is also where we find out that the Minks and the Samurai of Wano are ancient allies, and they're bonded by this promise that goes back generations, centuries and centuries ago. Zou then becomes this legendary meeting point where the Straw Hats, the Heart Pirates, the Samurai of Wano, and the Minks all officially become allies to take down Kaido. And it officially becomes the Ninja Pirate Mink Samurai Alliance. This is just one insanely massive setup and build up to Wano. It started back in Punk Hazard. That's when Kaido was introduced and the Samurai Kinemon and Momonosuke were introduced, which was like nearly 200 episodes, and we still have to get to through Whole Cake Island to get to Wano, which is like another 100 episodes. There's like spanning over a few hundred episodes just to get to Wano. I feel like that arc is just going to be crazy. So much is going to happen, so it's going to be I'm looking forward to that arc actually. Towards the end, we get what I feel like is one of the most haunting moments of the whole arc. Zanisha, this massive elephant carrying Zou, is revealed to be sentient. Not only that, but it can only act when it's given permission, and Luffy and Momonosuke can actually hear its voice. It's revealed that Zanisha is actually a punishment. They're being forced to continuously walk aimlessly for thousands of years due to a crime that they committed a long time ago. This moment really revealed how deeply connected Zou is to the ancient history of the world. The nature of their crime and where they came from does remain a mystery after the arc has ended, so I feel like it's going to be revisited later on, and we're going to see more of what actually happened and who is Zanisha. But the fury I felt when Jack returned and started severely injuring Zanisha, I just cannot stand the sky. It was another one of those most satisfying moments in One Piece when Zanisha finally got permission and belted Jack's crew and all of their ships into the air, making them go flying, and all the ships broke and everyone ended up in the sea. I know that Jack is still alive, which sucks, but man, they got what they deserved. So that was just so satisfying, that moment. By the end of the arc, all of the plans for the future are set into motion. Luffy and half the crew on their way to rescue Sanji and get him back from Whole Cake Island. Then the rest of them are on their way to Wano to gather up some more troops, and Cat Viper's on the way to find Marco. It's like another introduction. I'm excited to see him. He's a great character. I really loved him in Marineford and he's so strong, so I'm keen for him to be reintroduced. And yeah, the whole alliance is now formed and they are on the path, a clear path to take down Kaido. For me, it actually feels like the first time since the time skip where the Straw Hats aren't just like aimlessly searching for islands and reacting to the world around them, but actively moving towards the final saga. Although Zou is such a short arc, so much happens. There is so much that's revealed about the world of One Piece and the mysteries that are going on behind the scenes and where the end of the road is to get to the One Piece. I feel like it's such an important and pivotal arc in setting up the next few arcs and the future of One Piece. It lays the foundation for Wano, Whole Cake Island, finding out the mysteries and history of the world, and getting to Laughtail. That's why like so much is revealed, which I really enjoyed. It's like putting all of the puzzles together, and I'm so keen to now slowly start figuring out what is going on in One Piece and yeah, putting all the pieces of the puzzle together. Zou kind of feels like the calm before the storm. I feel like from here on out, it's just going to be go, go, go. I just still cannot believe that I am actually up to Whole Cake Island. I've seen so much about Whole Cake Island and also Wano, and I can't believe I'm here. It's been over a year now, and yeah, I'm finally up to Whole Cake. I feel like I'm going to get through these episodes so quickly. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of Zou and how you found the Mink tribe and all of the mysteries that are surrounding the future of One Piece. A lot of you probably know some of the answers to what was going on. Obviously, don't tell me, but yeah, what did you think of Zou at this point? Otherwise, I hope that you all have a really great day, night, whatever it is over there, and I'll see you in Whole Cake Island. Bye.